Hello, welcome. Where do I begin? 2024 was honestly like one of the best years for me in a number of areas. It was my best financial year. It was also my 10 years of entrepreneurship year. It was my son's 10th birthday. So I officially have a son in the double digits, which is like insanity because I feel like I just had him. And like he's like 8 years, he's closer to being an adult than he is to me birthing him. And that's just insane. I can't. I also started up a new program. I know I have been back and forth about whether or not I really need my degree or not, and if I should have just prioritized coaching. And I still I still struggle with that. I'm not gonna lie. Because I do feel like a lot of what I want to provide, I can do as a coach. I don't need to have LPC attached to the last part of my name or any other acronyms attached to the end of my name to be able to provide services that I feel like could be helpful to people that I want to serve. However, I also know from the business side or funding and all of the things that there are benefits that you can get if you have the accreditations and the letters after the end of your name. And so it's definitely just like a catch 22, no matter what, like where I think about it. There are still certain areas that I know I want to be able to focus on that, at least as of right now, they want you to be a licensed therapist, counselor, psychiatrist, maybe not psychiatrist, but at least a psychologist. And so I'm kind of keeping that in mind right now. While there's a lot that you can do as a trauma informed coach, there are still limitations. And so ultimately, I ended up signing up for Liberty University. And truth be told, it was all about the money for me. If you have gotten through the journey with me at all, I have changed my master's degree or dropped out completely. There's one of my most popular videos is me starting my master's with the University of Kentucky, which there was absolutely nothing against Kentucky. I just couldn't do the course load. I got very, very used to quick, fast paced 8-week classes. Boom, bomb. I was about to do like the Kendrick Lamar thing. Uh, I got very good at crunching it all into like an 8-week span. And so trying to balance multiple classes within a full semester, while that sounds like a good idea, like, yeah, that's great. You don't need to balance all this stuff all at once. I struggled heavily with it because there was just way too many topics that I needed to know at the same time. And so my brain just couldn't do that. Plus, I had just moved out to Tennessee to work through some really heavy, like, depersonalization, derealization struggles that I was going through within my personal life. So, balancing that, raising my child, trying to make school work, it just wasn't a good time for me. And then I came across Colorado State University, I think. It was their online campus. But they had a military and first responder psychology course. And quite honestly, I was halfway through the program, or just right about halfway through the program. And I just kind of sat there because they weren't officially accredited as far as like CACREP standards, CACREP, which is an essential, not technically to become a licensed professional counselor, but it is highly recommended because otherwise it's going to be a huge headache regarding each state that you go to, working towards your licensure. And so, as much as I loved the curriculum, I loved how niche the course load was. Like, all of the classes that I took were so informative and so needed. However, as I got towards that halfway mark, I was like, Melissa, you have got to make a decision. You need to either just stick it out and hopes and prayers that things go well when you go to work towards your licensure, or it's time to look at legitimately K-Corp accredited programs, because the school that I was in a teach out phase, which basically meant they just didn't get enough students to enroll. And my guess is just funding came into it. If they had more students enroll, I'm sure it would have made sense for them to get the accreditation, but with where they were at, they didn't have the accreditation. And so that was a hard decision to make because, again, I loved the program. I was doing really well in the program, but ultimately it just came down to what's going to set up future me for better success. And so this last fall, October of 2024, I started with Liberty. I'm in my second semester right now, my first intensive. So that's been wild. I'm on the West Coast now. I'm out in Washington for now. But that means that for my intensive, I'm up at 5:30 for class, like in virtual training, like in virtual class at 5:30, and then done by around 1:30. And so thankfully it's only a week. But I'm gonna let that dog go by real quick. So that's definitely been like the hardest part, I feel like. I also try to balance 3 of the 8-week classes in one section, and that was not like, would not recommend. I started off okay. I had all A's, but then Thanksgiving came and then other holiday prep came, and I think I ended up with mid B's as far as I thought, but they don't have A pluses in their grade scale. And so I ended up with like a B minus. And so that was its own frustration. But I'm really enjoying the program. I feel a lot more aligned. I feel in a lot better headspace. I feel like I'm working on better ways to manage the non-diagnosed ADHD side of things and balancing my clientele. I'm not nearly as stressed about my finances, building up my savings while still making sure I'm investing myself and my business. And so overall, things have been really, really good. I have a really healthy relationship for the first time, like ever. So that's been a journey in and of itself. But with that being said, I do need to start showing up on here more. And I'm really grateful for the people who periodically hop in and, hey, how's it going? Like, haven't heard from you in forever. Like, what's the status? What are the details? What's going on? Or people who are on that journey for their master's degree and, trying to figure out what's best for them. And ultimately, it's on you. And you may not even know until you're in a program if that was a good move for you or not. But overall, I'm really happy with Liberty University. I feel like it's been a good balance of quizzes at your own time, reading at your own time. Obviously, it's due within that week, but it's been good. Sorry, there's a dog with the zoomies upstairs. I don't know if you can hear it. Like, wild and up there. So yeah, overall things have been just really, really good. I feel like I'm in a much better balance in my life. I'm working on, not taking on too many things and really, really deciding what I want to say yes to and what sparks joy, so to speak. But I'm excited to continue working, towards my passions, and maybe I'll start showing up more. I've been torn if I want to do business videos separately, because right now I have the Branded Academy YouTube that I kind of started. All this is very non-diagnosed ADHD, mind you. But I'm just, just trying to find that happy medium between doing all the things, but then should I put all the things together? Should Much Love by Mel just be hey, look, I'm a multi-passionate business bestie? I don't know. But I'm sure I'll figure it out along the way, because your finances go into your mental health. I do still have my personal training and health coaching certifications. I am working towards becoming a counselor, and I want to provide equine therapy and outdoor therapy and, all these different ways that are more holistic. And so right now it's just finding that happy medium. I'm also homeschooling my son. So it's just, it's all the things. Very me. But yeah, I guess that's kind of a quick recap of what has been going on lately in my life. Overall, all good things. Some adjustments, but not in a bad way. And just, figuring out what my alignment looks like and continuing to push towards those goals, even in the mundane discussion boards, or, sometimes it's like tasks, even with my regular clients that I love and adore, like they get mundane. And so finding that happy medium between like dealing with the mundane and being okay with it, because I'm glad that things are stable and sometimes stable is mundane. So just kind of working through all of that. But I do want to start showing up more. Again, I have like so many books that I want to discuss and share, different tips, tricks, all the things. And so thank you for those who have stuck around, for people who have left comments asking like genuine things, emailing me. It's been wonderful. And it's kind of like, oh, I'm glad. Like, I don't do these, to get like Insta fame, whatever. Obviously, I show up like once or twice a year, but I will get better. I'm doing my best, but that's really all I have for you. So thank you again. I do have some really wonderful guests for From Grief to Gold coming up through just different walks of life, and so that is going to be starting to go live March. I'll have to drop the dates in the comments, but I am like literally right after this recording, I'm going in scheduling stuff. So like this is for real this time. So anyway, much love. Thank you very much.